Paul, Carolyn, thank you for joining me very much. If you guys could, start with you, Paul. If you could give a bit of your background, your biography, and then what you're doing now, and then we'll go to you, Carolyn.
Okay, I'm a mechanical engineer, degree in mechanical engineer, and plastic part design is my forte, and I fell in love with it years ago. I've been in the business for over 35 years, and decided to get into the cannabis industry. My background in plastics is in medical devices, so I use that information and experience to segue into the cannabis industry. So I say, what does the cannabis industry need that I can offer? And that's plastic part design, and more specifically, child-resistant packaging in plastics. And so I've designed an array of products. We've been in business, my business partner and myself, for 2 years, a little over 2 years. Very successful. Companies love our products. Our companies are edible companies, growers, the flour, containing the flour, roll joints, vape pens, pretty much all facets of cannabis products that we can package, and we have a good customer base for that in the U.S. and Canada.
Oh, that's amazing. So and your company's called
Creative Engineered Packaging.
Creative Packaging.
Creative is short. We're known as Creative. That's the buzzword.
Because it's a crate for cannabis, and you're creative. Am I getting that right?
You are, but actually, it is. But actually, it's the word creative without the E's. Click on that. Okay.
I got that. So. And there's a connection here, Carolyn. So you're part of the business as well.
Yeah, so this is my dad. We call him Clark Griswold most of the time, but he likes to brag that he was in cannabis before I was, but we both got in around the same time. I'm a biochemist. I started out in the biofuels industry, worked in academia doing research, eventually got into cannabis, really loved it, loved the growth opportunity, and loved learning. There's so much to learn in this industry, and it was really inspiring, and I've been meeting a lot of other scientists in the industry that has been really, really nice, and just talking science and cannabis, which is great. I love it. Right now I just consult and I help people design their facilities, pick out their equipment, whatever's going to be best for their needs. And I just try and give them the best consulting services they can. So
you're a mechanical engineer by trade. You became a biochemist, and you've got your PhD. Masters, PhD is later. And so there's a little bit of, and you both are now in the cannabis industry. Which is really cool. So there's the father-daughter dynamic, both in the cannabis industry, which I think is great. And sorry, but who wins the argument? Who did get in first?
I'll always like to say.
Were you the 70s?
I always like to say,
technically.
I've taught her everything she knows today in business.
It's true.
No, we work together. We bounce things off of each other, mostly related again to business and what, I don't want to say what to do, but things to do, and how we can best serve the customer. She has a different customer than I do, thank God. So we work good together in tandem. So, but I don't get too involved in her work. She doesn't get too involved in mine. But we know the same people. We know the same people.
And you end up working with some of the same clients.
We do.
Assume.
We do.
And you're helping these clients with extraction, right?
Extraction and manufacturing.
Extraction and manufacturing. So let's talk about that a little bit, and then we'll go back to creative. Or creative, sorry. So how did you get into that? I mean, it probably wasn't the plan when you started your degree.
Not the plan.
I would assume.
No, so I was actually working at University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus. I was doing mouse and fly research.
Mouse and fly research.
Yeah.
Wow,
I know.
Can I just imagine what that research was about?
It's not very nice.
Was it like together? Was it like how mice and flies interact with each other?
Not really.
No? Okay.
It was like,
separately?
So we were working on fetal development, and so mice and flies are really good model organisms for that.
Okay.
So
wow.
we did a lot of just looking at how the fetus develops and looking at certain mutations.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't too thrilled about mice and fly research. So I had a friend who came to me and said, hey, there's a marijuana production facility in Denver that needs a chemist. Would you be interested? And I thought, yeah, possibly. Yeah, that sounds interesting. There's been a few times where I got really scared in the industry. The professionalism or the lack thereof in the beginning was really scary to me.
Yeah. Because when did you get into it?
Just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's even in a few years, it's really progressed. And, I still have value for what it is, though, and it's kind of this nice mix of professionals and people who've gone into it a long time ago.
But when you first entered, even only a few years ago, there was just a little more black market. It felt a little more black markety even then.
Yeah. Definitely, I've always worked in the legal market, but there was always kind of that. When I first got in, I didn't know what dabbing was. And someone was like, oh, this is what dabbing. I was like, what is dabbing?
I've been a cannabis user for a long time, and I only found out what dabbing was within the last 12 months. I don't think you're alone, right?
Okay, good. Thank God.
I was coming in the industry thinking, I've been smoking recreational cannabis for a while. I know what I'm doing here, right? And I was like, dabbing? Shatter? What are these things? What are these? I mean, this is what you do for a living now, right? All these special, but these specialized extracts. So why don't you, a lot of people aren't familiar with all these different specialized extracts. Can you give just like a high level brush over it?
What I always recommend to people is to pick their products first. Start looking at products because then we can design your equipment and design your facility around that. So if you pick your products, you want to do shatter, or you want to do live resin, or you want to do, wax and butter, we may want to pick a butane or a propane process for you. Yeah. If you're kind of looking more towards like some tinctures, or you're looking for some more medical products, and you want to do pills or capsules, maybe we want to look at ethanol or CO2. People may not care about the color as much if you have some of those other products. So I really always like to start everybody off with products. What do you want to make?
Where are you going?
Well, exactly. Where are we going? What do you want to make, and how do we get there? So you start with it, and a lot of chemical engineering methods will start that way. They work from the top down. They work backwards. So when you scale up, you're not really scaling up. You actually want to scale down.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the...
So is the industry, is your segment of the extractions world, is it changing rapidly? It
is.
Yeah?
It's a little overwhelming because you come to a show like this and there's so many pieces of extraction equipment. I think people, they don't know what to go after.
It is very confusing. Out of these, there's 1,000 vendors here. I think there's about 100 extractors. I mean, there's got to be, and everybody has the state-of-the-art, most revolutionary, best extractors and sliced bread. Everybody has that same those same quotes. So how do you make a decision on that?
The one thing I like to make a decision on is safety.
Yeah.
So I've been really kind of focusing more on safety and who's really abiding by safety standards, who's getting the certifications and the inspections required. Those are the questions to ask when you're talking to all these companies. And if they can answer it, that's a good company. If they can't really answer it, I would ask some questions. Yeah.
So you're there. So you're helping. And you've worked on quite a few facilities in the last few years. I think 10 states. Am I correct?
Yeah,
You've done facilities across 10 states.
Yes.
I mean that's a good resume in a short period of time.
Yes.
So you've seen a lot of different product development. And the thing I like about this is about the two businesses that you guys are in is that you're on the product development side and you're on the product storage side and the product protection side and now I really love let's go back to creative here and let's have a look at what you got here. Now these are child-proof containers.
They are.
And how do they work?
Well, this is our first product.
Yeah.
And it's the rules are 5-year-old or less cannot get in the case.
Yeah.
So this is a safety rail that goes around the case that will not allow prying of the case.
Yeah.
There's 2 side latches. The distance between the thumb and the middle finger is such that a 5-year-old will never do this. Now they may be able to do this, but you got to open the third latch with another hand.
That's right.
So an adult can push these 2 sides in, and then everybody wants to lift up on the case. Well, that's not the way it opens. It actually locks more if you lift up. You have to actually push down and up, or in and up.
Now I had a real hard time. Here,
You gotta come over the top.
Yeah, and then come down and there we go. So I got it, but that actually takes a little bit of practice. It's adult proof for slower adults, anyways.
Yeah, once you get it the first time, it's easy. It's either the first time.
Yeah, once you get it, but that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Like no adult should pick up a child-proof container and be able to open it easily on their first try, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is 2 years in the making, and what is your growth like? What's the reception been like?
Well, our first year growth was 433% growth in the first year.
Oh, that's some good growth.
Yeah, right. And our second year, we're coming to the end of our second year, was 330%.
330%
growth the second year.
Wow.
Our other product is made for.
I didn't see this one.
Yeah, for small edibles, small roll joints, pills, mints, and this one opens up similar. It's got buttons on the sides, so a 5-year-old doesn't have the dexterity to be able to do this, this, and this, but an adult does. But it opens the same way.
Yeah, you got to press down. Okay, yeah. So this one here, this is a real little one, and I'm out of focus. We'll do cutaways to them. So, and actually, what I'll do is we'll get pictures, and we'll do cutaways.
Okay.
If you send me a bunch of nice nice pictures, but okay. Well, this is pretty cool. Like, for me, if we're talking on the medical or the recreational side, I mean, it's so nice. If you have this product in your home, and instead of a Friday night out drinking too much beer, and you can load up your little rec package and head out, and then if you drop it or what have you, you're not worried about child safety.
Right.
And one thing I find really interesting about your company is so you're only 2 years old, but so you started when you started 2 years ago. I mean, that's what, 9 years in the Colorado rec market? Or are we not? How far anyway?
They were 2014 was.
Oh my God, 2014.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so it's really soon. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
2009, I think it was.
Oh, sorry, 2009 medical, yes,
Right.
and 2014 rec.
Right.
So in your state, we're 9 years into the whole industry as a whole,
Right.
and you come in only 2 years ago into this market. So with this child-resistant portable option for companies, and your growth is exponential. So was this a hole in the market? Was it quite a
This
hole?
particular one filled a niche because there wasn't a rectangular case that was elegant looking.
Yeah.
And out of a recyclable plastic, repurposable, recyclable plastic, and so we filled that niche, and so that those first two products, both of these filled a need.
Yeah.
And so you see a lot of pop-top bottles and lids, bottles with lids, and that's fine. So the rectangular case was something that was needed.
Yeah.
So we recognized that. And from these two designs are going to spur other designs, like this one here. We're coming out in January.
Yeah.
It's for pre-rolls or candy bars. It's a little bit lower profile.
Yeah.
Opens up the same way as that one.
Yeah.
And then we have some other products coming down the road for 2019 as well. So we have to grow with the industry.
Yeah.
And so whatever the needs are, we supply those needs.
Oh, and so you're at MJ BizCon. So is going to conferences. Is that one of your main client acquisition strategies? Yeah.
It is, because there's so much contact to be made. We go to the New Orleans show. There's one in Anaheim. This is obviously the biggest international show. So we get a lot of our leads, customers from shows. Yeah. We're becoming well known in the industry. When we first started, and this is our third show, we were new, so nobody knew anything about us. And so now we've got a good customer base, and we're moving up, and we just love the industry. We love the fact that we can furnish a need into the packaging realm. Yeah.
So no, I think it's great. And are you in Canada yet? Do you have Canadian clients yet?
We do.
You do?
We do. So we've entered. So
you're international.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, Colorado, California. Nevada, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
Oregon, and of course Colorado, and Canada.
Wow,
So,
wow, excellent. And then, I mean, there's Europeans here, there's Israelis here. Are you looking? Hopefully, add some.
We're always looking. We hope more states become recreational in the future.
Yeah.
As the legislature allows it, and so that opens up our customer base. Michigan just came on board. A lot of people here from Michigan, and so we'll enter that market.
Yeah.
And we're just having fun doing this.
So let's get back a little bit to the family because that's what I love. I'm interested in. So Thanksgiving at the Burek household, right?
Yeah.
So what is cannabis in your family now? What has it changed the dynamic in your relationships?
Well, it has, but first,
In a good way.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this first.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention when she set up her first lab, her first system, her CO2 system, her very first one, 2 years ago. I got a phone call, and it was, "Dad, I made my first batch." I made my first batch.
So that was your Breaking Bad moment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I made my first batch. And
Were you in a trailer in the desert?
No.
Okay,
No,
it wasn't
no.
that. Okay, it wasn't like that. Okay.
No. And her cannabis, her systems have produced oils that have won or came in like third place at contests.
Oh, wow,
Very
yeah.
high in taste and caliber of oils.
Well, you were part of a CBD winning
Yeah.
product development.
Yeah, our CBD oil won third place the first year we were in operation in Denver.
Oh,
so
wow.
So we had we started out with vape pens and we just kind of nailed that one.
And you'd helped develop that whole product, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So this was a proud dad moment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was okay, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like we help each other and bounce things off. But to answer your question, at Thanksgiving at the Burek House, it has changed the dynamic a little bit. We do talk a little bit more about the industry and what we're going to do and plans, and so that's all good.
So are you guys specifically? Like, was there any destigmatizing to be done in your family, in your greater family, or no? It was pretty good. Yeah,
it was all
greater family
it's
either.
acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, like medical. Almost 30 states now are medical, and it's everybody's accepting it. It's not taboo anymore.
Yeah.
It's just another products that people can enjoy. So.
Yeah.
I always thought it was kind of unique because I would tell people, my dad says he's really proud of what I'm doing. It's like I don't know if a lot of dads would really be proud of their daughter being in cannabis. But this is
5 and 10 years ago, even, right? It might have been, not in Colorado,
Definitely.
but in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And I was lucky. My mother in my family was actually the one who led the destigmatizing movement. She's had her profile picture on Facebook for 12 years has been just hemp. It just says hemp, and it's got shows the hemp leaves in the background. It does. I mean, for within my family as well, especially with legalization now. My younger, going on 20 years old cousin, and around the Christmas dinner table. Obviously my family knows I'm cannabis farmer, and it's really a relief, right? It's a relief that we're all I'm talking with my grandparents about it openly, but we're talking about business like you guys do, right? It's a business. But it's something that can be good for people. As well.
And it's an accepted industry now. That helps. It's for something else for us to do.
Yeah.
Think
It's
about
exciting.
it. Something
It's fun.
enjoyable, something exciting. So I came from the medical design industry and product development.
And you're still there.
I'm
You're still in
there.
the medical design.
I'm still kinda, and it's just different, but it's refreshing to try something different.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you both, guys. I think
Thanks,
creative
Tanner.
is great. Carolyn, I think what you're doing in the extraction industry is extremely
you.
exciting.
Thank you.
And check out Creative. I've been using it for 2 days. It's awesome. Everything is safe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tanner.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.